opening remarks whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the 8th place team or 7th or 9th or whatever they were picked in the MAC, that's going to be one hell of a league because that's a really good basketball team. Really good basketball team. Those 2 transfers really help them. The guy inside we couldn't deal with. He had 12 points and 7 rebounds, but it looked like at every key possession he manhandled us in there. And I've said all along that my biggest concern is rebounding, and we've got to find ways around it. And now I think I got their attention. I think they understand what I saw in advance, and it's not going to get any easier with Oklahoma State coming in here and where we're going and who we're playing. And all it's going to do is make us better, and we're going to learn how to do it. We're going to get better at it. But even with that, we got a chance to win the game, and we shot 20-some% from the 3, and we were 2nd or 3rd in the country in free throw shooting last year, and I've got great free throw shooters, and we missed 7 free throws, and big ones, and not just at the end. We missed big ones during their runs and things like that, where we make the shots. Now it's a 2-point game. Instead, we don't make them, they score, and now it's 5 or 6. And those are big free throws during the course of the game. And I'm not worried about that. I know we can shoot free throws. It's a long season, and when the season's over, we'll be one of the best in the country. And so it's a learning experience. Can give them credit. I thought they played a great basketball game. They shot the living blood out of it in the first half. We'll learn from it, and we'll get better.
Open up questions for players first.
Jalen, just talk about getting back, because the Jalen Moore in the first half wasn't the same Jalen Moore that we saw in the second half. Did the rust go away in the halftime locker room, or what was it out there tonight?
I was just trying to do anything for my team so we can win the game. I was trying to get a rhythm and a flow going, get my rim back, just fight, just every possession, just give it all I have.
What about that too? You talked about the wind. I mean, we been around you a lot. I watched you play many games. Was that a little bit of an issue there in the second half?
I wouldn't say my wind was. I would just say I was physically not able to really move the way I wanted to move. But we got to move on from it and play Sunday. So.
Trey, just for you, I don't know how hard it is right now to look at the personal game that you had, but 23 points is a big night for you. How important is that for you to start the season that way?
I mean, it's a good thing for me confidence-wise, just to, get back out there. And I felt I shot pretty efficiently from the field, and that's something that I look to do each game that I've planned out my team. But like you said, it's not a great thing to look at right now because we didn't come out with the win. But I guess personally, it's a good confidence thing for me heading into Sunday.
And Coach was just talking about the things you can learn from this game. What do you feel that you guys can learn as a team and move forward into Sunday?
I think Cam said it best, is just making our free throws and rebounding. I know I had 23 points, but I left 5 or 6 points on the table missing free throws. So that's something I felt I shot pretty well from the free throw line last year, and I'm just trying to – it's just another confidence thing, getting myself back to shooting well again from the stripe.
Jalen, can you talk about just how your foot's feeling, as you're coming down off this game now, like where you at right now?
I'm fighting through it, man. Not where I want to be, but I think my team needs me, and like I said, I want to give my all to my team. I did last year. I want to do it this year, and there's no excuses. There's no excuses for me to, as a senior point guard, as leader of our team, to leave free throws out there like that. I could have put us up. So forget the ankle. We're moving past that.
And then for either of you, so how do you help lead the team into this next game? Like we got a quick turnaround. We know you've got Oklahoma State coming in. What do you do to rally the troops and kind of get ready for Sunday?
I think Coach and Trey said it best. We just got to rebound. I mean, we're there. We just got to rebound and make free throws. We're giving up way too many offensive rebounds. I think they had 20 to our 19 defensive rebounds. So that's unacceptable. And we know we have to box out. We're just not boxing out. We think we can out jump everybody, and it's not the case. You got to just be physical and box out and let the ball hit the ground, then go get it.
Yeah, quick turnaround, just one practice in between. now in Oklahoma State. So obviously don't want to fully just forget about this. You want to remember it and use that to fuel our game on Sunday.
Trey, what about that physical matchup with AG? I mean, you guys were going at each other pretty big time. I mean, he's a very, very big man. You'll see that again on Sunday. Certainly, Oklahoma State brings a lot of size to the table. What is it about you? Because when you talk to you, you're a kind of a mild-mannered guy. You don't really have a whole lot to say, but you're out there. Guys are 6'8", 240. You're going at them too. What changes inside of you when you're matched up like that?
I kind of just look at it as they kind of think, lesser of me since I'm a smaller post player in that position. But our strength coach T has done a great job with me, getting my weight up and my muscle up to where I am like hovering around 230, 232 right now. So even though I'm maybe a couple inches shorter than them, I still weigh the same, if not more than them. So I feel I can, bang around with them down there. And it's just kind of that hardworking mindset because you can control how hard you're gonna, work. It's not a skill-based thing. It's just if you want to be physical or not, that's something you control, and that's something I feel I try to do every time I'm out there.
Any other questions for players? All right, you guys are good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Camp, you weren't shy about it when you talked about rebounding, and it was going to be a problem for you guys. If things didn't go your way, rebounding was probably going to be one of the reasons as to why you look at the players that, like you talked about, that they brought in. I mean, those were big men out there. Oklahoma State will be the same thing. How do you address that as you go forward, or as a coaching staff?
Well, I think you look at the game and, we did not shoot the way, if we're going to win games, the way we're structured as a team, we've got to shoot the ball. We can't shoot 29% from the three, and we can't miss 7 free throws. Who knows if we'd have won the game if we make the 1-and-1 at the end, with 20 seconds to go, maybe they get a tip in and win anyways. But we got 3 to tie it and missed it. So, we got what we wanted. We ran good offense. We scored 82 points. We scored 82 points without shooting very well. The problem is they got to see it, because I can't replicate that in practice. Right. I can't replicate them people rebounding against us. I know, and you've heard me say all year, that's our weakness. But in practice, we rebound because our scout team doesn't have any rebounders. If they did, they'd be playing. So now we get in a game, and we're going to see it again in 2 days. And now we've got film, now we can show them, and that's what coaching's about, and that's what growing as a team's about. We beat Toledo last year here by 21 points. Toledo didn't say, "Oh, our season's over." They went on and they won the Mid-American Conference Championship, the regular season. And these games are all about playing against teams, that are a little different than you, and figuring it out and getting better and growing. And, I don't think Rocket's going to go 1 for 6 from the three, 1 for 5. I don't think, I just don't think we're going to be 7 for 24 from the three often, but we got to learn how to win when we are. And we were right there. The crowd was great. We battled, we played our tails off, it just didn't go today. And there's a long season ahead of us.
We know Jalen and we know Trey, obviously. What about Rocket? His first real game action here tonight. I thought he had a couple moments there where he got things cooking offensively, that mid-range game, the floater game, everything like that. How would you, other than the shooting numbers itself, how do you feel that Rocket fit in?
I think he's fine. I mean, he guards pretty well. I think we probably should have gone with him on errors earlier than we did. We went late with it, but we probably should have gone with him on it earlier. And that's what these games are about. We just learned a real important lesson on, late game when they go 1-on-1 with a really good player. He's the guy we need to put on it. And so we learned that today. And that's, again, what this season's about, is especially when you have new players like we do. And we lost 2 really, really good players in Jamal Cain and Micah Parrish off the team. We've replaced them with some really good players, but now we got to figure it out. And we will. I feel really good about it. I think Bowling Green played phenomenal basketball. I thought it was an unbelievable game to watch. If I'm a fan, I think it's one heck of a college basketball game.
And last one for me here, Cam, too. Obviously the result aside, did it feel good to be in the track meet again and going up and down the floor and all that stuff? Did it feel good? Be real.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I've always liked to play as a coach, and but I'd rather have been the team with the 87.
Right.
I mean, it's still our job's to win, and that's our only job. And we've got to figure these things out so that we win when it counts. And I like my team. I like them a lot. I really thought Will Shepherd and Chris Conway did a really nice job today. If we can add them to the mix like this, slowly, I got to get Lauren out there. I think Lauren's very talented. I just wasn't ready to use him today because we got behind and just throwing him out there for his first time. I just wasn't ready to do it, but he'll get in there and he'll improve and get better and learn our system and he'll help us too. So, it's sure you want to win, and obviously I want the Bowling Green. I want to win, but you can't. You just got to understand the process.
Can you talk about halftime adjustments that were made today?
Yeah, we made some changes with our defense, and I think we did a much better job of guarding the three. They were 2 for 8 from the three in the second half. They were 10 of 18 at halftime, which is phenomenal. And we made some changes on how we were guarding it. We also went more man-to-man in the second half. We started the second half in the zone. We're not a really good zone team right now. And eventually, I think as the season goes on, you're going to see us really move away from it. I'm reluctant to do that right now. But we made some adjustments. We went more man-to-man. Now we got to figure out who can guard who and how. Again, I can't, in practice, there's no number 2 to go guard. And there's no number 5 out there to go guard. And so we got action. And Sunday, they got a kid 6'10". Last year, the zone took him out of the game, but I'm not sure, if we're playing man-to-man, he's going to be a big part of their game on Sunday. So, playing against that kind of size and figuring it out, we still can put doubles in. There's all kinds of adjustments and that we can make as the season goes on so that we're prepped to play when we play league play. We're just, you got to learn and play against it before you can make those adjustments.
Learning how to close out a game and to win games is always a thing that we hear talked about. End of the game, was that the play you wanted? Did that play out how you drew it up?
I'm mad at myself because we got the 80, maybe 82 to 79 lead by pounding it to Trey. And I need to get a few more of those plays in. We've got a limited amount of plays in. And again, you feed plays as the season goes on. And so, we were pounding it into Trey and he got us the lead, and then they scored to cut to one. We came down, we shot 3. And I'm mad at myself for not running another set to Trey. Make them stop it. Make them stop it. We run our little, whatever we call that, inside action, and we scored 4 times on it tonight. And then we ran some isolation to him and he was scoring on it. And I should have 82, 81. I should have gone to him and I didn't. So I'm mad at myself for that. I think Jalen shot a 3 off a ball screen. Something broke down. He called for a ball screen, and Jalen's won a lot of games for us, and we've closed out a lot of wins in his career. So I'm not worried about that at all. We missed a free throw tonight. And when we had a 1-point lead with the ball with a minute to go, we had to get a better shot than what we got. And I think a guy on one ankle, maybe if he had both ankles, he would have done a little bit different than he did. I don't know. But it's hard to take the ball out of his hands. He's won a lot of games for us.
Other questions from you 3? No? We do have one question going. Let's talk about the atmosphere in the arena tonight. You already touched on it a little bit, but how did that play a factor in a game that, like you said, was, a fan's favorite game of the season so far, probably?
Yeah, and you give Bowling Green credit. Usually when you have a crowd that was willing us to victory, And we did, I mean, we battled, we cut it and tied it, and then we fell behind by 3 or 5, and then we actually fell behind by 9 in the second half and came back, and every time we came back, the crowd went crazy, and Bowling Green answered. It was 82-79, and we didn't do our job. But the crowd, if it wasn't for the crowd, I don't know if that game would have been on a neutral site or at Bowling Green. I don't think it would have been a one possession game down the stretch. I think it would have, you know, I'm not sure we would have been able to do what we did without the crowd. Our crowd's phenomenal.
Any other questions, from anybody else? I think we're good.
All right, thank you.